curious, like, how do you think organizationally this can become part of the culture? So it's not only the quote unquote like great leaders doing this, but it's the entire organization doing it. You mentioned
Right.
University of South Florida. It's like, okay, it's University of South Florida doing this.
Right. Absolutely. And so the great leaders part of the subtitle is a bit aspirational. Like, we all want to be great leaders in some way. Maybe, maybe some people are like, yeah, no, that's not for me, not at all. Okay, fine. It's these principles still could become relevant, still could be relevant, right? So yes, it's relevant to everybody. And yes, we want everybody across the organization being able to use these tools. And so the the simplest thing, the point where I would start is just to normalize the ability of people to call a pause so that they don't have to think that they're being weird or uh, or afraid or weak or anything. Like, this is normal. Like, hey, I'm gonna call a timeout. I'm gonna call a pause, because I need to bring a better version of my thought process to this problem, which is important to everybody. Everybody wants that. And so the first thing I think I would do is normalize calling a pause, calling a timeout. And then I would also just give people practice with the different techniques, because then it can help everybody make better decisions. If I'm at the front counter, at the Ritz, and I have an irate customer, I don't want to be defending my own ego at that counter. I want to be doing what's in the best interest of the hotel or for that customer, and I need to remove myself from that. If I'm stuck on a software problem, I need to not be worried about the code I've already written, and my investment in that. I need to be able to think, okay, what is the best solution for this problem? If Yeah, we want to be able to get out of our own way.
Yeah, yeah. And I got to think that that can be transformative for communities and organizations, like on a collective scale.
Right, right. It was so that this is one of the reasons why I was so excited about this book. So when I was running the critical thinking program, it was a great program. We were teaching everybody how to be better critical thinkers, how to disengage from system one, engage system two, that careful, deliberate thought process, apply a structured thought process to solve a problem. Lots of great resources. Is it useful? 100% yes. Is it always feasible? No. That's the challenge. And so I was doing workshops for the community where we would have entrepreneurs, principals, other small business owners, retirees, and people are saying, okay, you have an approach to solving a problem that's a useful approach to solving a problem, but can I actually apply this to every decision that I have to make? And if I'm honest, the answer is no. No. Can I apply critical thinking, a full blown critical thinking process to every decision I have to make? No. There's not enough time in the day. I'm going to drive myself crazy. I've done that. I've driven myself crazy, right? And so, what do we do in those situations where we don't have the time or resources to deploy a full structured thought process to it? And all we really need to do is get our biases and our emotions out of the way. And how do we recognize when that's relevant? Like, how do we recognize the best way to even try to solve a problem? The first thing we need to do is just get out of our own way, get out of our own head, get our ego out of the way, so to speak, so we can use psychological distancing very easily with any decision. And then sometimes it might reveal, okay, this is really going to require a careful analysis. So I'm going to work on this, or I'm going to ask so and so to work on that. I just needed to make a quick decision, but I needed to make sure that I wasn't, bringing these subconscious biases into play, or I wasn't just doing it because this is what I had already, said I was going to do. And I don't want to look silly by changing my mind, even though I know it's the right thing to do.